Kia ora, Mr. Wilson here. Just going through the last part that we need to do for our internal due next week. So I thought I'd do a video, that way those of you who are not here can have a look at it and work through this exercise. And those who are here can go through at your own pace. Remember, you can press pause, rewind, all those sorts of things with a video, which is hard to do in class. So what you've seen here is that we've actually done the first part. We've got all the cash receipts. We've marked those in yellow, put them in the cash receipts journal. Cash payments are the ones not yellow. They are here in the cash payments journal, already done for you. And so we're up to the next step. So the next step involves marking them off with the bank statement. So the cash receipts journal, the figure here, the bank, should reflect what's here in the bank statement. So we'll go through and mark them off. Click the first one, hold Control or Command key down, and we'll find the ones that are the same. You can select many by holding it down and just keep going the ones that you find that are the same. I think your one I sent you, I made an error, so if you make yours 20 and 20, it'll help later on. We've got this figure here. Holding the command allows you to select many in one go. So if you make sure all those are yellow on yours, you can see there's a number of things here that are not over here and some here that are not there. This indicates for us that we've made an error, and because there should only be one. So let's have a look at what the problem is. If we look over here, we've got our 26, and you can see none of these are marked off. See if you can look here and identify the problem. Just press pause and see if you can work out the problem, and then unpause when you're ready to go again. So the problem here is that we haven't grouped our FPOS and our cash register tape together. So the problem is that the bank figure will be out, because the figure in the bank should be our two FPOS added together and our two cash register tape added together. So you can do this as well. I'd like you to grab the cash register one here and just drag it down to the bottom out of the way for the moment. And we're going to drag this FPOS one up. So now we've got our two FPOS together. Find out cash register one and we'll put that back up. So it's just dragging and dropping. So we've got our FPOS together, our cash register tape together. Now we can get these figures correct. The FPOS on that day is these two added, and the cash register tape on that day are these two added. Okay, note the cell, what it says, and hopefully now they'll match, and they do. So this is a really good process in that it will identify to us if we've made a mistake, and it allows us to correct that mistake before we move on. Great. Now the only thing that is in the bank statement on the credit side is this Microsoft dividend here. So we're going to add that. So the date of the dividends was the 31st of March. We write dividends, that's the name of the income account. And that comes from the bank statement. It doesn't go in unbanked because it won't go through the cash register. And we'll write the dividends in. There's no GST on dividends, so we'll just pop it in the other column. You might get a bit annoyed with the formatting here because there's no borders, so just highlight those and add all borders. It'll put those lines around, which is pretty cool. Now we're doing the total, so we'll total the bank. And if you like, oops, wrong to it again. Fill that across with your auto sum. So see that auto sum up here, and make sure you go right to the very top. We'll do a check. So I'm adding the cells on the outside, and so these two figures should match. If they don't, it means that we haven't allocated everything across. So hopefully yours looks like that. The other thing you can do now is that we've actually got this dividend, so we'll highlight that. So that 330 we're going to have to do something with later. Going through the payments, we'll do the same thing. So we'll click on that one, and that one. And we're just going to yellow these out. Hope you're having a great day managing to find these. Hopefully there's no errors in this one like the previous one. So they're all the ones that are matching. So you see there's quite a lot that aren't. So we've got here on the 26th, we've got insurance. So we're going to have to add that in. Note that we don't write addendum. We just write where it appears what it's for. Right, BS for bank statement. There is GST on insurance. Times what was the formula? And it doesn't belong in purchases or wages. So we'll take the GST off and put the figure in sundry. So we've done that one. Then we've got a loan account and electricity account. So the loan one's a little bit tricky because it's got an asterisk here and it tells us it includes 900 in interest. So the date first is the 31st. Type loan from the bank statement. The full amount. Right, interest underneath. So it says it includes interest of $900. So we'll put the interest in first. And the amount of the loan is going to be equal to the amount we paid minus the interest on that loan. So this is one of the merit excellence ones that we put in. That's the breaking up of a payment into two things. So we've got that figure now in both, so we can make that yellow. And the last one is this electricity account. So we'll just type electricity. Again, that's from the bank statement. I like to reference it rather than type the figure. Less likely to make a mistake. There's no GST. Oh, there is GST on electricity. All done, good. So now everything is ticked off. From here, everything in the bank statement, so we can total. So just auto sum again. Make sure you highlight to the top, and then fill across. And we'll do a check to make sure everything's been added. Auto sum. And these figures are the same, so that's a relief. Right, now we go to the bank account, this part here. We're going to put the date at the beginning of the month, in actual fact, the beginning of the week for this one. And we're going to write a balance. So this is our opening balance in the bank account. This is what we started with at the beginning of the week. Type equals, and we'll find this in our bank statement. So our bank statement balance is that one. 25th, that was our opening balance. So that becomes the opening balance. And remember to put DR because it's a positive balance. Then on the 31st of the month, we're going to write receipts. And we're going to add the total from our bank column here. So that's I18. So just see you can find that again. So this figure here, the total from your cash receipts, the bank figure, will go into the bank account and it'll increase our bank account. So you add those two figures together. Again, a DR balance. So that would be the balance if we hadn't made any payments. But we have made payments. So we'll put our payments figure in. Better write payments. So do you think that'll go up or down with the payments? Good, it'll go down. Don't forget to put DR at the end. So we've got a debit balance, meaning we've got 9,000 in the bank. Credit balance would mean we've got a bank overdraft. So up to the last part. So the last part is the bank reconciliation. So we're trying to reconcile to this figure here. We're trying to make sure that everything's been accounted for. So we start off with the bank balance as per statement, which is that figure. There's our bank statement, and that's our closing balance. Oh. Then we're going to add the deposits not yet credited. So if you look over here in your cash receipts journal, there's this $330 figure. So basically on the 28th, we received this money in the till because it's in our cash register tape, and it just means that we haven't taken it to the bank yet. So it's still sitting in our till, or probably it's in a safe. That's probably because we finish work after the bank closes and haven't had time to take it in, and then perhaps there's a weekend. So in our bank ledger, we've got $330 more than the bank statement, so we need to add that on. So it's what we had in our statement plus what we've got in our till gives us what our bank account should be. But then we've got two unpresented checks, and you'll see that 392 and 393 here, these two, we've paid them, just the people haven't taken them and deposited them yet. So to make it easy for ourselves, we'll just go equal, click on 392, equals 393. Because they're together, we can fill that across, or you could have just gone equals that figure. So these are payments that have been made that haven't been taken out of the bank yet. So the bank hasn't recorded them. So we're going to take that away from what the bank thought we had. And that gives us 49414. And that's the same as the SOE balance. Because we balance here, that means that we're right. Hopefully got excellent.